Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Paul PK, the man at the center of many a hot topic in season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, declined an invitation to the emotionally charged reunion. However, he made sure his voice was still heard. During part 1 of the reunion, which aired on April 1, didn't shy away from any of Andy Cohen's hardball questions when it came to her ongoing divorce. PK, however, decided not to participate in the conversation, which covered a multitude of items from his sobriety journey to rumored financial struggles. Instead, he left audiences with a lengthy written statement. "I was invited to be part of the reunion, but declined because I don't believe engaging with Dorit in this forum would be constructive," read the statement. "Has made several mischaracterizations about me, but the one I must address is the claim that I am a bad father. That statement is both heartbreaking and false. It is deeply hurtful to me and, more importantly, to our children, who, despite assertion, will inevitably see and hear all of this at a time not of our choosing. Those closest to us know the truth," his statement continued. "Many have wanted to speak out, but I have asked them not to because the truth should never need a champion. I refuse to stoke a fire I did not ignite. The I married would never have allowed this, much less caused it. That woman embodied kindness, integrity, and grace. I can only hope this version of finds her way back to the person she once was." For her part, said she supported PK coming to the reunion, so the conversation about the split wouldn't be so one-sided. Andy pointed out that it wasn't the first time PK claimed changed over their 9-year marriage. She agreed that a point of contention revolved around love of glam and fine things, but denied it was a driving force in the separation because, according to, he too enjoyed the spoils of opulence. "Listen, if I haven't changed in 14 years, then something's wrong with me," told Andy. When asked more questions about PK, claimed she was unable to comment about where he stood in his sobriety, prompting Andy, Erica Jane, and to question his relationship with alcohol. She also claimed he only saw his kids on some Saturday nights, if he's in town. "I never thought I'd be the kind of man making a public statement about why I skipped a reality TV reunion. But after days of headlines, speculation, and frankly, some wildly inaccurate narratives, I feel it's time I speak, not as a house husband, not as a public figure, but simply as Paul, the man who married Dorit. Let me be very clear from the start. I did not skip the reunion because I was afraid or because I had something to hide. I didn't stay away because of shame or guilt or out of disrespect for the cast, the network, or even the fans. I skipped it because I couldn't stomach sitting on that couch watching the woman I love tear me down, not along as others question my character and pretend that what we have, or had, is still the same. She would never let the court of public opinion define our relationship before we had a chance to privately work it out. She would never turn our deepest struggles into a storyline without talking to me first. And she would never allow a room full of virtual strangers to dissect our marriage like it was a bad business investment. We built something real, I thought. Not just a home with Hermes pillows and rose-scented diffusers, but a life with laughter and kids and trust. At least, that's what I believed. But lately, I felt more like a plot point in her comeback arc than a partner in her life. I understand reality television. I signed up for this world, willingly or not, the moment Dorit joined RHOBH. I smiled through awkward dinners, defended her honor when castmates gossiped behind her back, and even wore matching goatee to make her happy. I've been the loving husband, the comic relief, the misunderstood Brit, the one who maybe drinks a little too much wine at the dinner party, but always means well. But why I'm not, and never will be, is someone who uses pain as performance." The rumors, the whispers, the tabloids, they've all had their say. PK cheating. PK broke again. PK emotionally absent. Some are pure fiction. Others have fragments of truth twisted beyond recognition. But here's what no headline will ever tell you. I've been fighting for my family behind the scenes every single day. When anxiety got worse, I was the one booking appointments, rearranging my schedule, and sitting up with her through panic attacks at 2 a.m. when people doubted her. I was the one reminding her she was brilliant, beautiful, and brave, even if the world saw a broken woman drowning in designer labels. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. Big ones. I've let stress eat away at my patience. I've drowned in deals and deadlines. And yes, sometimes I've looked more like a business partner than a husband. But I've never stopped loving, and that's what makes this the hardest. She would never publicly humiliate me under the guise of honesty. She would never sit on that reunion stage and say, "I don't even know if I love him anymore," as if our love was something casual, disposable, like one of her unused handbags. Watching that preview clip, the one where she sighs and looks to Andy and says, "PK and I are in a complicated place," it felt like a dagger to the heart. Not because it was news to me, but because it was the first time I realized she no longer protected us. I couldn't sit there and pretend to be part of the performance. I couldn't smile politely as they replayed the lowest moments of our lives for applause or empathy. And I couldn't, in good conscience, sit next to her and act like I was okay with the choices she's made this season. I know people will say, well, if he really cared, he would have shown up. But sometimes showing up means stepping back. Sometimes love means drawing a line in the sand and saying, enough. I skipped the reunion not out of cowardice but out of love. Love for my own dignity, love for the truth, and yes, love for even now. We're still figuring things out. We have kids to consider, memories that still make us smile, and years of laughter and heartbreak intertwined. I don't know where we go from here, but I do know this. I won't be part of a spectacle that turns my marriage into a meme. I want the world to know, especially our fans who've supported us through the highs and lows, that this isn't the end of the story, but it is the end of pretending. I married. She's still in there. I see her in the way she kisses the kids goodnight, in the fierce way she fights for what she believes in the sparkle in her eye when she's passionate about something real. I just hope she sees me too. Not the PK that's been edited for maximum drama, but the man who's always been there even when the cameras weren't. In a shocking move that has Bravo fans and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills insiders buzzing, Paul PK has broken his silence about why he refused to attend the season 14 reunion taping, despite mounting speculation surrounding the state of his marriage too. Now, in an exclusive statement released through his personal publicist, PK lays bare his side of the story, mixing regret, defiance, and perhaps most surprising of all, a direct critique of the woman he once called his soulmate. Sources close to production confirmed that Bravo executives were furious at PK's refusal to appear, especially since he had played a prominent role in the season's drama, even off camera. Much had revolved around her emotional distance from PK, late-night arguments, and rumors swirling around his mysterious trips to London. One insider tells us PK was invited to attend the reunion, not just for a cameo, but to clear the air. When he didn't show, it left alone on that couch to face everything. Reportedly broke down in tears during taping when asked whether her marriage was truly over. And according to multiple eyewitnesses, Andy Cohen directly addressed PK's absence, even saying, "You knew this was coming. You can't skip the court just because you don't like the case." PK's statement has already divided fans online. Some applaud his raw honesty, while others accuse him of deflecting blame and making Dorit the villain in a storyline she never asked for. A top-liked Reddit comment reads, "PK skipping the reunion is the most British thing ever. Drop the tea, leave the table, and write a manifesto from afar." Meanwhile, on Instagram, Dorit has remained silent. Her last post being a cryptic quote, "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time."